What's up, everybody? Welcome to another live stream. My name is Hans. I'm simply a dude on the internet. I don't give financial advice. You need to listen to me at your own risk. Trading is exceptionally dangerous, especially cryptocurrency trading. I hope everybody is doing well, enjoying the pump, enjoying their weekend. Do throw in your requests. I'm just checking that I am live everywhere. So do click the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. YouTube looks good. Let's quickly check out Twitter. Twitter looks good. Okay, while we wait for people to flow in here, do throw in your requests. I'm gonna look on Twitter as well for requests over there. Thanks for the subscriptions. Let's get into this video. So you guys know I've been harping along. We'll go over macro while we wait for people to flow in here. What's up, Raymond Ray? What's up, Tube Warrior? Giannis, Red Squirrel, Oi Oi, Daniel, Z, Raymond, Hex is Life. What is up, Raymond Ray? I'll go through everything as quickly as possible so we can cover as many coins as possible. So we can find some deals. I'm looking for things to buy. Most of my coins has already left. I bought a few coins earlier today that are cheap versus their PLS ratios. If you want to see what I'm buying, go ahead and find my Patreon or get my ebook. Both of them gives you access to Telegram, where I post what I am buying, when I'm selling, etc. And ICOs and sacrifices I'm joining, if that is something that you would be interested in. So over here, obviously, pre-halvening here. Halvening is end of April, we're expecting. We always get these 61.8% retracement levels. This is simply the range from the highs to the lows. And you can see it literally just touched it there, a little scam wick. I don't know if this is the top that's formed now, but we were expecting this $48,000 area to be hit. It's now been hit. This is a very bearish candle that's formed here. I would love a retest of this 30K area. This is the 38, the 0.283. Generally, when your 61.8 gets hit, you would come back to retest the 236. But this is this general area over here. This would be very, very healthy if we would to come down and retest these levels and go higher from there. Not only that, that will wind down the time for us for post-halvening, because the cycle we expect it to head all the way into 2026, right? So we need more time, right? Just to show you guys, I've shown this on Katie's channel as well. These 61.8% retracements get hit every cycle, and pre-halvening as well. I'm not going to put on the halvening dates, but this was before the halvening. And you tend to get a sell-off into the halvening. And the cycle before that, this is the 2015 cycle. Once again, you can see the 61.8 getting hit here and then rejected. This is a very powerful level. This was post-halvening, though, in the 2015 cycle. So it doesn't repeat 100%, but it crypto tends to rhyme a little bit. We would like the dominance of stablecoins to continue going lower. It looks like we want to see a bounce here. This is going to put pressure on crypto as well. Coinbase rejecting strongly here. This is bearish. Let's see it retest here. This is kind of like a indicator for crypto as well, as most of crypto, or Coinbase is a massive company in crypto, right? And it's situated in the US. Ethereum strong. BTC has already rejected in this area here. ETH is lagging way behind, right? Do we get the altcoins to rally? This is a strong breakdown on the daily or on the weekly chart. This is Bitcoin dominance. When this goes down, the altcoins do well, and when this goes up, the altcoins do not do that well. So this was a nasty rejection here. If we want to see continuation for the altcoins, we would like this 50.94 level to be lost. We've already tested it today, and we want this to break lower. This is the same time that DeFi season started. This is the area here in the previous cycle where we hit the 61.8 on BTC and then rejected. Let's plot BTC on here just to make 100% sure that I'm not sucking it out of my thumb. Yeah, so this was the rejection here. And this is this area here. This was what we called DeFi season, where Hex, Aave, Uniswap did really well. This was the first season, the first iteration of DeFi. Do we see this again this season? Maybe the OA rallied us, the PLS ecosystem, so we can benefit from this DeFi season that might be coming up. I don't know. Just throwing out what I think we might be seeing, right? Either that or he saved us from this pullback that we're about to expect in BTC to retest previous resistance levels. So DeFi season wasn't the bottom of the altcoins. When DeFi season was finished, BTC had a massive run up starting in December and then topping out in December, excuse me. It had a massive run. So this would be the end of this year, right? So we'd expect something like this to happen in this year. Altcoins to do well, and then altcoins capitulating into the BTC top, and then you get your major alt season after BTC. It wasn't the BTC top, it was the first peak. It was this area here where the altcoins finally bottomed, and then from there they went and did their massive moves, their real BTC cycle or their real altcoin cycle. If you want your coin to be charted first, you can drop a super chat. It doesn't have to be a lot. I'll just get to it first. Okay, let's go to PulseChain here. Beautiful rally, right? We are battling this range here. The area that is of concern here, right before the SEC dump, we had a rally a few weeks, a rally into above this 1,256 area. And then from there, we had our SEC crash into our bottom, right? So this is the range that we're currently playing with. The area that we are currently struggling with is called the reload zone. This is the short location. So this is where professionals will ladder in short positions. Their stop loss will be at the 78.6 level, which is just above SAC price at 1,057. So if you're a bull, you would want to see this area to be defeated. So you need to see candle body sprint above these levels. I mean, this is literally our last point of resistance. If we can get above these levels, we're going to see some absolutely explosive moves. And yeah, I would expect us to spend a little bit more time here. If we were to get a correction, I would love for the 7,850 area to be held. This is called the breakout level. And when charts come down to retest this level and spend a little bit of time here, this is called the sign of strength, an SOS in Wyckoff theory. Because it shows that the buyers that bought up the price here is defending the price and defending their entries. Okay. Probably let's look at the indicators, see if there's anything bearish going on here. Put on the line chart. So that's bearish divergences forming on the line chart here. We can see our indicator going lower, yet our price action is higher. This needs to go. This needs to run and create a higher high on the RSI, so we don't form that bearish divergences here. And we are forming it inside of the reload zone. There's nothing here to frame a short just yet. You would have to see a M here. An M is the opposite of a W, with lower highs and then a lower low. Once it closes above that level, that's your confirmation that you can go short. Hopefully it forms inside the reload zone. Thanks for the subscriptions, guys. Okay, so that's PLS. It's a little bit early to tell what to expect here. We put on the line chart. These aren't bearish divergences, as these prices aren't higher prices just yet. Let's maybe look on shorter time frames. No real bearish divergences as prices is lower on the hourly. So the daily, a little bit concerning there with the bearish divergences there. No M formed just yet. We really need to get out of this zone, right? It's going to take a lot of work. But if we do get rejected here, it's not the end of the world. Let's retest these areas. I think crypto is going to cool down for a little bit here, especially if BTC wants to continue downward. And then everybody's going to forget about crypto again. Relatively cheap prices are going to come. And yeah, we'll just have to see what happens then when it happens. Let's look at the ratios. I should really go quicker. Okay, so PulseX versus USD looks a lot the same, right? This is our breakout level. We can retest these levels. So this is the weekly time frame, so it's a little bit zoomed in, right? Getting rejected at the 61.8 on PulseX is a little bit weaker because PLS is already inside of the zone. Right, we are getting rejected at the 61.8 a few times. Let's look at the indicators. Bearish divergences here as well. Please, candle, please go higher so we can invalidate these bearish divergences up here. Please just go. Still, this is the short location, so you would expect some resistance here. As soon as we can start closing candles here, look out above, right? You're going to see this thing go really hard. But these are strong resistance points. I would prefer for it to move sideways here, hit these resistance levels a few times before breaking out. Like, there's no need to be in a rush here, except if you want to start defeating these bearish divergences. So PulseX ratio versus PLS. This was cheap down here when we were screaming and telling you guys to be interested down here. I couldn't have done more than I did. It's not cheap anymore here. This is a massive W formed on the chart here. You can see it. It's not broken out yet, not confirmed yet. You would like to see it close candles above this level, 0.32. For it to maybe go all the way to 50% of the ratio. I mean, this can easily continue performing well. This is a very beautiful chart here with good market structure. You've got higher lows. We don't have the higher high just yet. But I mean, if this chart starts moving, you're probably going to see a one-to-one with Pulse and PulseX. That's not an impossibility. It's not going to stay and peg there, but it's going to fluctuate. And I think PulseX will continue to be cheaper versus PulseChain here into the future. But very high on the RSI here. There is some bearish divergences as the price is still lower, yet our indicators is higher. This needs to get a move on, right? Otherwise, it's going to start distributing here, and then we're going to have another correction and a little bit more time before another breakout. eHex, we need to break above 1.2 cents. This is a very strong candle. It's moved really, really quickly. We're pretty much just battling this wicks on the weekly chart. Let's look at the indicators. So also bearish divergences forming there on the RSI. No bearish divergences on the macro as the price is higher and the indicator is higher and it's lower here. All of these have bearish divergences, right? We wanted this to start turning around. I mean, this bearish divergence is even confirming now. Like it's already breaking down. You can see that M there on the chart. This needs to go. We can't be spending a lot of time here distributing. Otherwise, we're going to have to see a correction. That's fine. We can still come down and then go higher after that. This is your breakout level. So maybe we come to retest this 0057 area if this doesn't get a move on here. Let's look at eHex versus Izanagi. Thanks for the $10 super chat. Let's look at Hex wrapped ETH for you. So this is Hex trading on Ethereum. And the same thing carries over, right? We need to see the USD value break above 1.2 cents. Hex with, please. Do the whales test the liquidity on Hex on Ethereum, or are they just eating massive slippage, dumping all at once with that long wick? Are you talking about this wick here? These wicks? There is $1.2 million of liquidity here. There's probably more somewhere else, so they should use an aggregator. Let's switch it to wrapped ETH. That would be quite interesting to see what's going on here. So these aren't healthy. These were new lows down here. I haven't looked at this chart for a while. So we've made new lows on the WETH pair, but that set us up for bullish divergences as the price went lower. Yet we can see on the indicators here that the indicators are up violently. And it's exploded from there. Has a lot more room than the USD pairing to break out. That would be our breakout level up there. Still a lot more room to go. Let's look at it on the 3-day and maybe even the weekly. So strong bullish divergences here, all the way from here. This price is going lower, indicators are going higher. This is very positive here to see this on the ETH pairing, and it's on the 3-day. Let's look at the weekly. And again, strong bullish divergences on the weekly for Hex versus wrapped ETH. Do they test the liquidity on Hex on ETH, or are they just eating massive slipping, dumping all at once with that long wick? Right? If they're eating slippage, right, that's positive for us that are holding coins, right? Let them eat slippage. They're getting out less than they deserve to if they're selling it on slippage by that. But I don't think we need to be concerned about that. People should move their Hex over to their eHex over to PulseChain to sell it there. But if they're gonna do it and just sell it on ETH and eat slippage, I mean, I'm fine with that. Let them do that, right? I mean, what's there to say? Nothing yet. We haven't broken out. We need to break above those levels. So these were new lows, but that set us up some really strong bullish divergences. I mean, let's even look at the monthly chart, because this doesn't really tell us much. Either way, this has lots of upside. Bullish divergences formed on weeklies, on 3 days, and on dailies, which are positive. Some bearish divergences here on the daily as well versus the wrapped ETH pair. This needs to get a move on, right? Maybe we set one more high here, but these need to go, right? Otherwise, they look like all of the other charts with slight bearish divergences at the top there. But it's not the end of the world, right? We've come very, very far already. I'm even surprised that we are at these breakout levels, right? Like I would have never thought we would be here already. I thought we would continue moving sideways here for quite a while. Yeah, thanks for the super chat. I hope that answered your question. I really do. Okay, so we can see eHex versus Wrapped Pulse. It was very cheap. It was the cheapest pair that there was. I think it probably still is the cheapest pair that there was. It's getting rejected here. It looks like it wants to come back to retest these levels. Because this has already broken out. Broken down, right? So it's the 61.8 and the breakout of this W here will act as support. So if you've missed this boat, you can get some here for higher prices against PLS in the future. Let's just pull up an overall fib to see, get an idea of what the cheapest is. So this is slightly above the 78.6 level. 6 liquid PLSX is. Yeah, much higher, right? So eHex is definitely the cheapest one here. And PX is above its reload zone. So eHex is definitely still the better value coin to be getting here. If we're looking for something cheap to buy in the Richard Heart ecosystem. Let's look at the hex ratios between the two. So PX versus eHex. So pHex is in value in the green box. We've broken out. Looks like we're going to come down to retest it as well. So this again is telling you eHex is the cheaper one out there. Not cheap just yet. In the green box, it's cheap. pHex versus PulseChain. Let's look at the ratios. It's not in value, right? There was bullish divergences we've popped off. If you wanted to swap some PLS for hex, for pX, you should be doing it down here. This is the nosebleed section. pX is more expensive than PulseChain here. Not more expensive, but is expensive versus PulseChain. I hope I make sense and I get the message across. Incentive token. Bearish divergences here at the top. I should sell my incentive rewards token after this live stream. Very high on the RSI. Last time we were this high was the peak up here. I don't know if this is the top, right, but there are some warning signs on the chart for us here. Charts for us here. Starting to move sideways versus PLS. This is healthy. The trend has changed as it's been down for a very long time, and we've now been starting to move sideways and breaking out. Let's retest these levels and see if it wants to hold so we can continue moving sideways here. Hedron has left the station, right? You can see the beautiful accumulation. You should have been interested up here. Let's look at it versus Rapid Pulse. High on the RSI. Value is down here. Looks like it's rolling over, right? Just quickly look at the indicators for, let's see if it's getting dangerous up here. So prices are higher. So another bearish divergence is here on Hedron on the daily. So we're seeing this across the board. It's not confirmed yet. It's only forming, and it can easily be disqualified if these prices want to go a little bit higher. Icosa over here. Surprisingly enough, no really bearish divergences here. If you put on the line chart, it's just going higher, the RSI as well. And I'm not going to worry to look too much. I know there was a Comm request, so we'll look at Comm. Look at it versus Hex. Pretty much is in value here if we consider this massive wick. It is cheap versus Hex here. The goal is eventually to get it. Can't remember where it is. I think it's this area here. If we can get it to this price up here, that's like an 8x away. Let's just measure it. Yeah, somewhere in this area. And if the price is here versus Comm, somewhere here, I don't think it's 100% accurate, then a newcomer can make a 15-year stake for free, make the stake, and then come to Comm and then claim that USD back. So that's an amazing marketing scheme, as a person can start looking at that hex stake, right, and start getting addicted to the protocol. And what a value proposition if someone can get a free 15-year stake, right? Kick, very fair crypto, launched with $1,000 of liquidity, no founders allocation, no sacrifice, no pre-sale. This was okay. So the liquidity is locked in this liquidity pool. It's got 50k, 51k liquidity here. It's about to break out versus PLS here. Always look at your meme coins versus PLS, because you want to outperform PLS. Everything is going up in USD value because it's bonded to PLS. Still, you're inside the reload zone. This is where value is at. This is a very memeable token. Kek is very popular meme, and I expect it to perform really well. It does violent pullbacks, 90% pullbacks, but then does violent moves to the upside. That's a 48x versus PLS, because we're looking at versus PLS. This initial dip was that was a 94% retracement. Our second pullback has been an 87% retracement, and we are now up versus PLS 100%, a 2x, a little bit more than a 2x to the all-time highs. That's like a 7x versus your PLS, and we don't even know how high this can go, right? Very beautiful chart, beautiful higher lows. On the macro, you've got higher lows, and I expect this to perform really, really well. 40% of the circulating supply is locked up all the way to 2027, so well past the bull market. This is Granny token here on the 3-day chart. Let's look at it versus Rapid Pulse. Now, this was launched. I didn't have the liquidity to add to this chart, but we had 20 people provide liquidity, and they got 50% of the share of this token, which was probably not the best thing to do, as they've pretty much sold out, but which is a good thing, right? We've gotten out to those weak hands. It's taken a while. You can see how nice this bottom is rounding here. This is versus PLS. I mean, this is still up, right? And almost a 10x up. There are very few sacrifice projects that are even up this well. It's down significantly, but down 91%. But with Kek, we just recently saw that these retracements do happen, but the moves to the upside can be quite explosive, right? You can see now a surrounding bottom here, 14k liquidity, very low market cap, vast, way more buying volume happening now. I'm glad all of these weak hands have been shaken out. This is a very beautiful bottoming curve we have here, right? As this looks like it has now bottomed out and is curving upward. Okay, that's Kek and Gran. Okay, let's get through your chats. Let's go to Twitter first. Follow me on Twitter. We're going to give them algo. I'm going to put this here. Algo. I like this because it gives hex value. I hope it does. Don't know all the intricacies. Let's look at it versus hex. Beautiful little structure that has built here. This is the 3-day chart. You can see the W there, and even on the hourly or the daily chart. Good market structure. You're outperforming hex here. You were very high, very low on the RSI, on the indicators here. It's broken out now. It's in price discovery. You can't chase this here with your hex. Let this continue higher. Nice looking chart. Looks like it's found its bottom and trending higher. Let's see with the weekly. The weekly is also very, very low here. So a lot of room to move to the upside. The shorter time frames, the RSI is getting a little bit high here, but nothing bearish yet, no bearish divergences. A weird looking chart. Loads of liquidity, right? And I know when one side gets more expensive than the hex, or the hex gets more expensive to the algo, there's a mechanism that happens there. I don't know if it buys on the market or if it burns coins. I should know this. I mean, but anyway, it's many products have come out since then, and IMPLS. IMPLS. Why is it taking my S away? Okay. Heard about this before. I'm pretty sure I've charted it before. This versus USD. Let's look at it versus Rapid Pulse. You're pretty much at the bottom of your range. Let's look at the indicators. You've returned all the way. Very, very low on the indicators here. Believe it or not, there's bullish divergences all the way from back here. Yeah, honestly, I can't fault you for getting some here. It's incredibly cheap. It's below all the indicators. There's a cheeky little W that has formed here. Very low on the RSI. There's bullish divergences on the RSI. Like, I'm laughing because this is a very good buy, actually. That W has been confirmed, although it's very, very small. I mean, throwing a very small percentage of your portfolio in this coin, getting a double, like at 8K, so your first double would be at 16, which is this area up here. Still very, very cheap. Then you've got a free position in this coin, and I would take that free position, especially on something as speculative as this. Lots of liquidity there. I mean, this is very good, right? We can do a volume analysis. I mean, we're even below the point of control. Like, if you loved this up here, you're gonna love it down here. Nice chart. Like, I love when the chart looks like this. Now, obviously, retail, you guys are not gonna like a chart like this. You like a chart like this. You want to chase these green candles. You love this. I love this. Right? You guys see opportunity is nowhere. I see opportunity is now here. But I shouldn't be rude to you guys. Up and up X. Guys always want me to do fundamental analysis. They've reached out. Some friends of Haunted or community members have. Like, I don't mind going on people's shows, but up in no man's land here. I'm waiting for the 78.6 level to get hit to buy more. It's still above it. I was bearish up here. I made videos about it up here, telling you guys that you would love it down here. These prices are now here. The indicators are getting lower. No bullish divergences to speak of, so no reversal to be expected just yet. I expected this to go a little bit lower still, and I'm getting it there. UpX recently, I bought more this morning of this coin because it hit my 78.6 level. You can see it here. My next nibble would be at the 88.6 level, which is 1.87 UpX per PLS. Indicators getting nice and low. I even bought up here at the 61.8, expecting it to go lower, and I'm expecting it to get another buy down here at these levels, right? Are there some bullish divergences forming? So there are some bullish divs forming here as price is lower, indicator is higher. This is where we should be getting interested, but it can go a lot lower. And if you're not in the business of catching a falling knife, or you like to be conservative, you would just have to wait for higher lows to form and a higher high to be broken to confirm market structure, and that's your signal to go long once it does that. Okay, that's up and up X. X with two X's. Can't chase it up here. I don't know what this is. I don't like the fact that they copied. If you like it, you're gonna love it down here. 6 hex per PLS. You're gonna love it there. HOA has been amazing lately. Yeah, the hex origin address has been performing really, really well. And this is why you guys love it, because it's a girthy green candle on the weekly chart. But I can't get it here. I need to wait for pullbacks. This is just a straight up. This is an inefficiency in the market. This is what is called FOMO. The market is going to come back and retest this whole mark there. This is probably the explosive top that don't know if it's going to go higher. If it goes higher, I'll just readjust my fib tool. I don't see it going much higher than this 3.6 cents area, because you can see the confluence on this chart here with the 78.6 level and the 61.8. I won't be surprised if it tops out perfectly. This is how markets work. They're very symmetrical. You can see where most of the volume was traded. 0.002 cents. But this won't be too accurate, because most of the volume trades on 9mm. And you're going to need to use an aggregator to get your best order execution. Okay. That takes nothing away from the fact that this has performed really, really well. The Tang Gang is amazing. They're doing really, really good work. I wish they wouldn't be as negative about Hex and PulseChain. Other than that, they're doing really good work, right? They have an amazing chart. We're not taking anything away from them. We don't hate them. We don't date them. We're just looking at their chart. And if you want cheap prices, you're not getting that. You're chasing green candles. PRS, I've been looking at PRS closely, as I have been accumulating some of this just because the chart looks good. I'm not getting paid by anyone to talk about their coins. I would tell you guys if I'm being paid by these people. I bought here just by looking at the chart. I bought twice, once here. This is now broken out. I'm taking profits at these levels. Not everything, just some, so I have a free position in this coin. So I'm already up like 50%, which is nice. But this is a clear breakout. We can see the perfect market structure. You've got your higher lows here. You've got your higher highs. There's your perfect W here. This is a technical breakout. We'll just have to see how high this goes, right? Real resistance levels aren't on this chart till up here at 5 to 6 cents area. So lots to move to the upside. Lots of X's here in this chart. That's a 3x to its real resistance area. So do check it out. Mintra. The Godwell liked Mintra's post recently. Someone is interested in buying this. You can see these volume spikes. I got Mintra. I bought some down here. It even went lower. But either way, my first... so this is versus USD. Let's look at it versus Rapid Pulse. Yeah, anyway, I've got Mintra. It's a weird chart. Someone keeps on bidding this price up. Wicks and tails like to be eaten, so I won't be surprised if this whole wick gets eaten eventually all the way to 200. I've got some, and I'll keep my profit-taking strategy to myself. You guys can join my Telegram if you want to know what I'm doing. Yeah, Hoa has been doing well. PRS, I've got some PRS, I've got some Mint. Both of them are cheap. Looks like they want to go higher. Blast, guys, you're too late for this. Right, if Beirut has tweeted about this and days have passed, you're too late, right? Doesn't mean it can't go higher. I mean, there's some stupid bearish divergences here, but you just know when that 30% sell tax goes away, that people are gonna sell, right? These people are up massively. Some of them have held back on selling because they have to pay a 30% tax to sell. Very high on the RSI here on the 3-day. That is bearish divergences. Like, I don't like calling tops. It's impossible to call tops. I don't know when it's going to top out. I just know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 daily green candles, massive girthy candles. Everybody is talking about it. Beirut is shelling it. It just tells me that it's way too late. And I'm not interested in something like this. There are many other opportunities out there. The alien coin, it's too late. It has already taken off. It formed market structure in a very weird area. You would like market structure to form in cheap areas like that. It just did it like in its middle of the range. I mean, it's not in value. Value is down here. Right, this is the nosebleed section. So if it's in the nosebleed section, it's not even worth really talking about it. You should have been interested down here. This is the profit-taking area. This is where people are selling. Magic. I remember people talking about this a while ago. So I can't find it here. Oh, there it is. Magic Carpet, right? 14k liquidity. Let's look at it versus wrapped pulse. It looks like it's too late. Oh, no, never mind. This chart is absolutely wrecked. Very high on the RSI for something that's so low on the price action here. I mean, people haven't even really extracted a lot of money here. If you really want it and you want cheap prices, the 5 magic per PLS is where you should be interested. Just don't know about this RSI. The fact that it's so high with prices being so low. We've looked at eHex, right? eHex is definitely the cheapest PLS ecosystem coin. Blast, trade. See if everybody is requesting a coin. It's probably too late. Don't know about trade, bro. eHex, Hex, Orange Address, Blast, no brainer. You guys, if retail is telling you someone with 94 followers is telling you it's no brainer, it's probably a no brainer sell. It's probably too late. I don't want to be rude, guys, but this is literally, the market is not a joke. Okay, let's go back to you guys here. Sorry that I had to keep you guys waiting so long. Can we do Kavari? It's probably caviar. And I don't know how to spell. K-V-R. So it's an I first. Here we go. Some nasty rejections here. There's some massive profit takers here. So this guy bought $90 worth. He is selling 3.5. Okay, so he's dumping hard on your heads. Don't know where he got all of his supply. Don't know if he still has supply left. You're just above the reload zone. Try and get it in these areas down here. Just could just be at the top, and it could be a rug pull and just bleed down forever. That's why you need to manage your risk. I don't know the founders. I don't know fundamentals. Thanks for the subscription. But that is where you need to get in and manage your risk. Don't throw everything in this coin because you might just get rugged, or it just continues to bleed to zero. Don't know what it does. I don't know what it's for. I'm just telling you what I would do. We've looked at Blast, PTG. Let's look at DAI for you. PDAI. The whole Atropa ecosystem, except for teddy bears, like, is kind of like in its accumulation zone where you should actually be interested in this. This is on the short term just above the 61.8. So I would have to wait for, like, it's chilling just above the 61.8, this 8.40 area. 8.4 PDAI per PLS. You would like for a buy areas down here. I might actually just get some more. But you're flat, you're discounted, you're not buying the top, you're not even buying the reload zone. It's at the 88.6 level. So technically speaking, if the granny really wanted to get some here, I honestly can't fault her for getting some. This is eventually going to have its day. Maybe not set new all-time highs, maybe it does. But it's definitely going to give me a double, at least. It's very low. It doesn't have the best market structure. Like, it would have been great if this low held there, right? That would be much more healthier. But either way, we have to work with what we have. It's moving sideways here in this range. This is something that you should be interested in and not something that's like up there. So everybody's asking for Nope token. Nope is Randy Larski's coin. I joined the Patreon just to get the airdrop, and I dumped it all. Sorry about that. You need these holds to low here. You need these lows to hold here. Not interesting. These are new lows on the line chart. I mean, it's so low on the RSI. You can catch a falling knife here, but you can continue catching a falling knife. I don't know how low it's going to go. If you want to be safe, you need to wait for market structure, higher lows to form. And this is going to take a while, all right? To build market structure, to get rid of sellers, to get more buyers in. And that's your indication to go long there. Once it breaks, makes a higher high. Nothing to see here just yet, except that it's getting punished. And the indicators are very, very low. Very low. What's a breath? I am doing well. I hope everybody in the chat is doing well. Bear. So I've sold 2 doubles on this recent run up on Teddy Bear. I'm looking to rebuy. It's chilling just, it's now reacting to the 61.8. So technically I can start rebuying here. Literally my second double was literally the tippy top here. So I can rebuy half of what I sold. I would love for it to come to the 78.6 level because the RSI does have more room to go down here. Right? But I can actually start nibbling here at the 61.8. And this is on the shorter time frame, right? There's still a massive move here. I can start getting some here. Let's put up a fib for the higher time frame. Yeah, we're still in the reload zone. This is your breakout level. Markets like to retest these levels again. And I would be throwing my clip in once we get in there again. So I got 3 positions on the way up. I've taken some profits, and I'm going to redeploy my profits when we get back to my breakout level. I'm going to be watching this chart closely for some bullish divergences, which is now here on the 4 hourly. I mean, I really don't want to miss this buy, and I can technically get some, right? So that's kind of getting the message across, right, of what we can be doing here. But if you're going to nibble here, expect at these lower levels to get hit anyway, and buy more when it goes down there. So you're going to have more dry powder on the side. That's exactly what I'm doing. Oi, oi, says Mango. Can I look at Icosa? We looked at Icosa, right? It's here on my watch list. We'll just summarize it. Nothing really bearish here, but you've missed the cheap prices. Cheap prices are here at 6.7 cents, 4.5 cents, and 3.2 cents. Yeah, cheap prices have left the building. Wait for a pullback or a retracement. It's most likely going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news event when the new protocol gets announced. These are your prices against Hex. So if you wanted to sell some Hex for Icosa, these levels down here is where you should be interested. This is the nosebleed section. Value has left the building. The train has left the station. Cult. Oh shit. What's up, Maddie? Best for profit take off. It goes up again and take off and so on. Is what works. Yeah, I mean, you can sell 50% an infinite amount of times, right? Let's say I have 100 coins and it doubles, I can sell 50. Right, I can sell another 50%, that gives me 25. After that, if it doubles again, I can sell another 50%, that's 12.5. If it doubles again, I can sell another 50%, that's 6.25. If it doubles again, I can sell another double, that's 3.25. If it doubles again, I can sell another half, which is 1.75, something like that, etc., etc. You can sell halves an infinite amount of time. It's funny how maths work like that, right? Can you do eFiat, please, if you have time? Kek, Hans, please. Is there a coin, Hans? Did I do incentive token yet? Yeah, we looked at incentive token, but I can summarize it quickly. You can see the trend has been down, and then suddenly we started changing trend. You can see the nice little W here. It's popped off, but on the indicators, it does look a little bit toppy here. This was the same area where we topped out previously. You can see the top here on the RSI. These are some bearish divergences, but it can easily be disqualified if we get a strong move to the upside here. I'll be probably harvesting my incentive tokens right after this stream and selling it for PulseX, so I can compound that PLSX and PLS farm that I have on PulseX. And I've had that literally from the start. I've been selling it as I've been getting it. This is wrapped Pulse. Very high here, but the trend has changed, right? We went from moving down to moving sideways, right? You can see that clearly the trend has changed. Not only that, we have changed the trend by making a new higher high. So this is technically an uptrend. Let's have these things retested and we can continue moving, having the sideways movement throughout the bull market. I don't expect incentive token to gain back most of these gains, but if it can find a floor here and move sideways, I think that could be very healthy. Let's look at grow. So I'm skipping a lot of things. So you can see I charted it last time here. I probably said don't chase it. But it went a little bit higher, but had this violent wick here. Never got to reload zones. So, I mean, it's just some profit taking happening here. Okay, so that was actually a good pull. And I probably this line is plotted here, so I probably told you that's the breakout point, that it would likely get retested. It almost retested it in one go. Either way, this looks like it has stopped here. Now this is where you should get interested if you want some of this. Maybe if you've taken some profits up here, you can look to rebuy at these levels down here. Right, we can also do a volume analysis. Now this volume analysis is probably going to be quite low. Yeah. Which I wouldn't put too much emphasis on, because there's lots of volume that was also traded in these areas here. And frankly, this is your venture capital area, if you can get it up in here. And that's just before it started doing this parabolic move. This, once again, this will be very healthy for a correction like this to have. This will set it up. This will reset all of its indicators. It will get the weak hands out, and this will set you up for a more significant move to the upside in the future. Like, corrections can be healthy. Mr. D, it's my pleasure, bro. Too spooky, it's good to see you here. Liquid loans. That's the loan token, right? So the loan token did a nice rally, telling you that it's time to get interested. It V-bottomed off a V. I mean, there's technically a small W here. I think we talked about this W, that it's time. It tells you to get interested here. That was actually before it took off. But I don't think you could have done much. Maybe if you bought 14, did we go to 28? Yeah, so there was a double in here. But either way, it is it's going to do a full retracement. And I think I actually said that. And yeah, you can, the granny can now be interested in these levels here, because this has now told you that it wants to bottom. It's probably found its bottom down here. What do I think of UpX? I don't know anything about the fundamentals. I like the chart. It was aggressive, and I'm buying it as it comes down. Imagine thinking after all this Hoa is a rug. Now that's very, very stupid. I mean, there's almost like 70k liquidity on 9. I mean, I don't know. Like, the liquidity pool isn't even concentrated, right? You can obviously see, and there's many different. I'm not even going to go into that. That's so stupid. X2 is pulling up the Richard Hart chart, so bullish. So on the loan, the good ratio to get in would be at 0.15, around that area. Yes, 0.15. So you can technically start buying here at 0.2, but I would like cheap prices. I've been looking to get some loan. And yeah, I'd be interested in this area, especially the 1486 and the 1682 area. Elon Musk tweeted about Plus. That's how the price is going up. You would like to see Fame. So Fame has been bleeding like a rewards token. Then we always look at these versus Rapid Pulse. You need to outperform Rapid Pulse. No market structure here. It's not a pretty chart, but there's some bullish doves here. You would need to see some higher lows form on the chart. That's not good. Some higher lows form on the chart. It's cheap. You've got indicator confirmation. That wick probably disqualifies it. I mean, there's nothing bullish here just yet. You need to wait for a little bit more. Fame is a fork. Is Fame a fork of Aave? No, Fame is a fork of GMX. Fiat is a fork of Aave. Can I do boob? It was the axis chart. Is that 13K? So on versus Rapid Pulse, the chart tells a totally different story, right? Welcome, Bob. Thanks for the subscription. This is an M here. The RSI is coming down, coming down nicely. This is the areas down here where you should be interested. It's going to give you a chance to get some in the reload zone, it looks like. Right, this is a clear breakdown, but once again, corrections can be very, very healthy. And they give you a chance to get in. And they reset your indicators so your chart can go much, much higher in the future. Sometimes you should be rooting for a pullback in your coins, especially if you're the market maker. People keep on adding liquidity and keeping it alive, the rug that won't die. Guys, rug pools, like developers that rug pool, don't have the patience to have their coin up for months. Like they'll, on max, wait like a week. Sometimes the rug pool happens within a few days, like sometimes even in a few hours, the first few hours of the trade. But why is Hoa getting so much hate? I trope by Inu. So there's PulseChain altcoin talk. You have a symbol and an emoji there. I'm super lazy. And I think I've gone through most of the coins that you guys wanted me to take a look at. I'm not even going to refresh this page and go through it again. So yeah, I think we'll finish it at that. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Maybe, yeah, let's look at Pateas. Maybe you find some coins that are interesting. Pateas has been performing really, really well. And it looks like it's breaking out again here. I mean, what can I say? I participated in the sacrifice. I sold on a double as soon as it got out. I rebought, but I rebought a little bit high. Either way, this is the nose pitch section. There's this bearish divergence forming here. If you like Pateas, and it's a really good product, I use it daily. You're going to love these areas down here. So keep an eye on it. I think it's going to perform really, really well. And yeah, have a good Sunday. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Cheers.